Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of East Coast Bass Fishing. Today I want to talk about what I like to use, my approach for summer bass fishing, finesse fishing. When the bite is tough and I can't catch one on top water or in the middle of the water column, and I'm resorting to fishing on the bottom. And that approach would be, my number one approach would be a shaky head. And what I have here is a owner's shaky head, jig head with a zoom trick worm. And why do I use a zoom trick worm? Because it's a straight tail worm. It's a flat side here, straight tail. And I like to bite the top off here, so it get flush with that jig head. And it has a keeper on there, so you can keep it on it nice and snug. Another thing about your plastics, choosing your plastics, you want to go with, well, I prefer to go with a plastic that is salt free. The salt free lure or salt free worm will float, versus my second lure, which is going to be the drop shot. This has a little fine strip of salt on that flat side. If you can see it, let me keep that still for you. And the way to find out if it's salt free, a lot of the original zoom worms are salt free, and you can look on the packet and see if it's salt free. It says it right on there, and then you have the original. And for a long time I didn't know that it was salt free, that the original was salt free. I thought they all had salt, but another way to find out, you taste it. Nothing, no salt at all. And this is another one I have. This is, I can't remember the name of this one, but this jig head itself, as you can see, it's flatter, versus this one is rounded. And I kind of like this one better because the simple fact that when it hits the bottom, that jig head is going to stand up straight just like this. Now the tail might not be straight up in the air, but since it's salt free, it's gonna get pretty darn close, excuse me, to standing up. Like I said, my second choice would be a drop shot. I like the rubber worms. They work pretty good, and you can, this is my preference, what I like to use. You can choose anything you like. Later on today, I might link a video with this one, showing you the difference between these two shaky heads. The flatter one that stands up, and the rounder approach. And these are both, I believe, 1/16 ounce 4/0. And that's just a couple little things I like to use for summer finesse fishing. And you can also use a Texas rig if you prefer that, but I would use a barber socket to peg that weight down. But to be really in depth with the perfect, I think the perfect finesse rig would be a shaky head. You don't have to worry about that weight sliding up and down or get caught up in anything. Get you one of these shaky heads, whether it's a flat one that stands up, or you got your own owners here, the more round ones. Those work pretty good. So tell me what you think. Just a little quick video about what lures I like to choose, or what approach I like to use for finesse bass fishing when it's summertime, and when it's hot and you can't catch anything, and it's just really tough. So after this video here, I'm going to do a little succinct video on the difference between these two. So stay tuned for that. And guys, I'll catch you on the next episode of East Coast Bass Fishing. Peace.